Yeah, thanks very much, Christina. Certainly a close vote, and don't call it too close to call, but it's certainly not official yet. And we are pleased to be joined by Republican Congressman Rick Crawford. If this vote does hold and Scott Ellington is your opponent in November, how does that change if it changes all the way you look forward?
I don't think it changes anything. I mean, we're still going to run the campaign regardless of who the opponent is, based on the issues, just like we did the last time, and we'll continue with that. And I think, ultimately that's what the folks in the 1st District want, is to stick to the issues.
Last time, in 2010, you rode a Republican wave of sorts into the U.S. House in 2010. A lot of that, I think, was certainly a part of an anti-incumbent feel, and certainly the economy is still struggling very much. How do you define the narrative of maybe the voter this time around?
Well, I think that there's probably still a high degree of dissatisfaction with what's going on in Washington, and quite frankly, I think we have done a good job of communicating with the folks here in the 1st District to let them know that we are in the process of trying to establish some meaningful change up there. For example, permanent spending controls is something that I've been very adamant about in the form of a balanced budget amendment or some sort of a spending amendment that caps spending, because obviously in Washington we have a spending problem. And so I think that resonates with folks in the 1st District, and I think we'll see that continue on in this race as well.
And of course, you were the first Republican in that district to be elected since Reconstruction. Heavily Democrat history in that district. Do you see, we didn't see Scott Ellington really have any money to spend on much advertising. Do you see some national money being put behind this? Is this something that the Democrats are going to want to get back?
Well, certainly. This is, as you said, it was held by the Democrats for a long, long time. That said, I think what really matters is that the people of the 1st District want to make sure that they're being served in a manner that's reflective of them. I think we've done that, continue to do that, and we expect to see some investment from the National Party to try and help their candidate, and we're prepared for that, just like the last time. But ultimately, it comes down to the folks at home that really make the difference, and they're the ones that make the decision. And I think everything that we've done up to this point has really squared with the folks in the 1st District, and we've done a good job communicating with them and voting to reflect their wishes, not on a partisan basis, but on just the basis of representing the constituency.
And real quickly, we just had Tom Cotton in his chair. Size up, if you will. Do you think the Republicans in Arkansas gain a seat, and does the House control? Do the Republicans control the House at the end of this election? Do you think?
I think so. I think that that's probably the general direction that we're going, and I think I think there's dissatisfaction with what's going on in Washington, so we're going to see that change and see that play out again. I have an opportunity here, not only in the 1st District, but in the 4th District, and I feel good about both races.
All right, Congressman Crawford, who just flew in tonight, by the way, I should say, and came right from the airport to here. Thanks very much for your time.
Thanks for having me.
Back over to you, Christina.
All right, thanks.